Have you ever noticed how much we compare things in our daily lives? We compare prices when we shop. We compare clothes when we dress up. We even compare our pets to see whose is cuter or more playful. It's a natural part of how we understand the world around us and make decisions. In English, making comparisons is not only easy but also quite fun. We use special words like than and as to express these comparisons clearly and effectively. Let's dive in and learn how to use these words like a pro. It's simpler than you might think. Comparisons help us paint a clearer picture in our minds, making our thoughts more vivid. Instead of just saying, "This coffee is strong," we can say, "This coffee is stronger than the one I had yesterday," giving more context. See how much more interesting and detailed that is? By mastering comparisons, you'll be able to express yourself more vividly and accurately in conversations. You'll also be able to understand others better when they make comparisons, enhancing communication. So, are you ready to become a comparison master? Let's get started on this exciting journey together. One of the most common ways to compare things in English is using as. This simple yet powerful phrase allows us to draw parallels between two items or people effortlessly. This handy phrase helps us show when two things are similar or equal in some way. It's like having a linguistic tool that makes comparisons easy and clear. Think of it like a balancing act, just as a juggler keeps everything in perfect harmony as keeps our comparisons balanced.
For example, imagine you're comparing the height of two friends, Sarah and Emily. This structure makes it simple to express their similarities. If they are the same height, you would say, Sarah is as tall as Emily. It's a straightforward way to show they are equal in height.
See how as acts like a bridge, connecting Sarah and Emily's height. It's a versatile phrase that can be used in many contexts. We can use this structure with all sorts of adjectives, whether it's size, color, or any other quality, as fits perfectly.
The lemon cake is as sweet as the chocolate cake. This shows that both cakes have the same level of sweetness, or his new car is as fast as his old one. This comparison highlights that both cars have the same speed.
Now, what if things aren't equal? That's where not as comes in. This handy phrase highlights the differences between two things.
Let's say Emily is actually taller than Sarah. We would say, Sarah is not as tall as Emily.
Notice how we simply added not before the first as to show the difference in height.
We can use this structure with other adjectives too. This book is not as exciting as the last one I read. The weather today is not as warm as it was yesterday.
Section 4, then taking comparisons up a notch. While as is great for showing similarities or the lack thereof, sometimes we want to compare things more directly. That's where our friend then comes in. Than is used with comparative adjectives to show how one thing is different from another. For example, a cheetah is faster than a lion. Mount Everest is taller than Mount Kilimanjaro. We can use than to compare all sorts of things, from the size of planets to the spiciness of food. Section 5, going beyond adjectives, comparing actions too. So far, we've been comparing things using adjectives like tall, fast, and exciting. But what about actions? Can we compare those too? Absolutely. We can use than to compare actions expressed with gerunds, which are verbs ending in ing. For example, swimming is more tiring than walking. Reading a book is more relaxing than watching TV. We can also compare actions with infinitives, which are the base form of the verb with to. For example, to travel by plane is faster than to travel by train. To learn a new language is challenging but rewarding. Section 6. Pronoun power, choosing the right words for comparisons. When we make comparisons using than, we often need to use pronouns. These pronouns help clarify who or what is being compared. But which pronouns are correct? This is a common question that can sometimes cause confusion. This can be a bit tricky, so pay close attention. Understanding the rules can make your comparisons clearer and more accurate. If the comparison involves a verb, we usually use a subject pronoun like I, you, he, she, it, we, or they after then. This helps maintain the grammatical structure of the sentence. For example, she runs faster than he does. Here, he is the subject pronoun used correctly. They arrived earlier than we did. Notice how we is used as the subject pronoun. However, if the verb is omitted or implied, we can use an object pronoun like me, you, him, her, it, us, or them after than. This is common in everyday speech. For example, he has more books than me, meaning than I do. Here, me is the object pronoun. She is taller than him, meaning than he is. Him is the object pronoun used in this context. In informal English, it's becoming more common to use object pronouns even when a verb is present. This reflects how language evolves over time. However, in formal writing, it's generally best to stick with subject pronouns and include the verb. This ensures clarity and correctness in your comparisons.